Hey there, guys and gals, and hello, my friends. This is your host, Joe, Life with Yosef. It is the 21st of December of 2025, and it is the winter solstice. It is also Yule for people like me that celebrate the holiday of my ancestors. I'm spot 19. It's a beautiful day today. You may recognize what used to be the hideout, or the, I forget what I called it, the trailer, but this is now my brother and Sissy's. They've done a lot of inside work to it. They've cleaned it up, replaced some stuff. Looks really nice inside. Had a little struggle with, I'm somehow when he's right by me like this, I can't seem to not get the right shot that I want. I know. The other day, I'm lying in bed, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I've got the man door open and the screen shut, and I hear one bark, and he breaches the door, and he's out. So I throw some clothes on, I come out, my neighbor here next door in 21 says, yeah, he's over here somewhere. So I always had eyes on him, and he ran around, he sniffed, he marked, he zoomed by me at least twice, just like Tom Cruise right here when he buzzed the tower. And then after about maybe almost 15 minutes, I'm not going to catch him. Come on now. He'll tire himself out. I hope he comes back. And I think he decided he had his fill. He came back wagging his tail, and he's a dog. And now I know he could breach my screen door. He didn't break the screen door. He didn't come through the mesh, but he breached. So, yeah, I know. I can't seem to get the picture right here. So anyway, here's a little bit about my sweet pup. He really loves camping. God love him. My brother and Sis got here Friday, and they stayed Friday and Saturday night. Sis went ahead and went home. There's going to be about 15 people for Christmas on Thursday, and she's got her hands full, and I think she has to work tomorrow too, so she's going to work from home, and they got their hands full, to get the house all, ready and all that for Thursday, for Christmas. So Charlie and my goddaughter are going to come back out, I think tonight. Leander wanted to do the fire, and we'll probably have hot dogs like we did yesterday. He stopped at the grocery for me for a couple of odds and ends. I still haven't got my ass out of here yet since I got here. So, now that I've been out here and I'm in this and I'm a little bit more clear-headed, I've been ordering a lot on Amazon. They might as well back up the pallet at my brother's. When I first bought the Winnebago, I used to cook outside a lot, and I like that. And then when the dish and I started to go, we would cook outside. And when we went full time, the first year I had always cook outside, and we bought the satellite dish, and that kind of ended the cooking outside because we would stay inside and watch TV, the A's, the Sharks, and the Warriors, and we got away from that. And later, at the end of the time in the RV, when I got sick, I told her I kind of missed that. And, we had talked about that. So her and I never really RV'd again, except at the end when we thought we were and we weren't. And you know the sad story. So now that it's just me and Dude, and I'm out here, and I got a concrete picnic table right here. And I got to thinking, and I think I have a propane attachment in the back to be able to hook up a hose and power a propane stove or something. Now, I don't have room for all this. So when I first bought this, when I was bringing the stuff over from what's now Fort OG, I gave Charlie and or Tossed an awful lot of stuff. Now, Sis has got a gluten issue, serious one, so most of it just went. So now that I'm here, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I want to do more than just buy stuff I could heat up in the microwave. Now, I have a small 2-burner stove, so bluntly, every time, even when Scott was here doing the work, I every time he said, this and that, and I lost some stuff, and I couldn't find some stuff, and so I've ordered a little bit of kitchen stuff, mostly some plug-in stuff, because I got a power right here. Hold on, I got power right here. Let me see where it is. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'll clip it in. I've got 2 plugs right here, so I bought, a couple of extension cords, and you can't overload anything, but I've got like an electric skillet, and I could cook a little bit more than just eating stuff that's frozen, which I don't mind. But I got a bigger rice cooker. I had already bought a bigger coffee pot, so I'm starting to get my head clear on how I'm going to travel in this, and travel a little bit more to my satisfaction. I really can't bring like a folding table or any of that stuff. So if they don't have a picnic table, I'm going to probably put the stuff on the ground. I'll worry about it. But I'm working on what am I going to do? How am I going to stock and provision this so I could travel in it easier? Charlie and I had talked, just chatting about how when you live down here and it's the travel, it's high season down here in the desert. How the idea that, okay, you live down here, so do you want to travel down here when it's the nice weather? And I got to think, I watch a gal on YouTube, Wonder Hussey's Adventures. Sarah Jane is the host. And she recently did more of an infomercial on a Tacoma, a hot springs resort type place in Tacoma Hot Springs, which is in Inyo County, California. It's near Shoshone. It's about 45 miles west of Pahrump. She lives in that neck of the woods, so she went out and she did a really nice review. Now, I got to thinking, I've been to the RV park out there, the Dish and I did. And so I got to thinking, no, that would be really cool. Now, I can't think if I packed a swimsuit or not, so we'll have to worry about that. Now, I can't just buy one at the store, and bluntly, it's winter. Ain't nobody selling swimsuits in winter, so I may go out to Shoshone. I may not, but I also I looked at some RV campgrounds in Ajo, AJO, which is south of Interstate 8 on the way to Mexico. And the Dish and I had gone out there just sightseeing. The first year we were RVing, and I thought, well, that may be a place to go. So I'm going to probably call the one place I looked at. I may go out there. I'm not sure I want to go straight home. Hell, the weather's nice, and bluntly, I'm probably not going to be down here in the summer because I got other places to go in the summer. That's on 114,000 degrees. So I'm kind of, I endlessly babble about Avalon and the train and stuff, but this is something I'm looking into right now. In fact, I've ordered a Rand McNally atlas because I like reading the map. It's easier for me. And so we're kind of looking at that. I use almond milk for my protein shakes, and I had a case of 6 out here. And I guess night before last, there's wild animals still out here. And I guess somebody got to it, and there were one of the containers survived, and the other 5 I went and found, and they all were chewed up or had holes in them or something. So I got to do a better job of this, and I got to remember to always lock my storage doors because again I'm stupid. It's happened before, and I just got to do better. So as I'm getting a more clear head, I'm working on myself. I'm working on all this. I know you're. Hey, don't you dare pee there. Come here. So him and I are doing well. 65. I still have life to live, and the Dish and I had talked about this long before the disasters happened. So I'm never going to give up. So let me think if there's anything else, and I'll film a close. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else, so we're going to close here. This is going to be Yule 25 Extravaganza number 2. This is a short little update, and I'm leaving Saturday, so I'm here for another week, and I'm going to make some decisions, and you'll see what transpires when I do. So this is, as always, your host, Joe, Life with Joseph. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I got to get that. We were in the first year that the Dish and I full-timed. We were in Riverside County, north of Blythe, and we were at one end of the camp, and there was a guy at the other end of the camp, and the Riverside Sheriff's deputies were there. And I wasn't close enough to hear, but I'm in the coach, and the judge says, "Hey, sweetheart, you need to come take a look at this." And I said, I come outside, and the deputies are taking a guy into custody. I see him get cuffed, and I see the deputy pull out the Miranda card warning, reads him his rights. They put him in the patrol car, and then they buttoned up his camp. They brought the awning down and made sure everything was secure, which I thought was, that was a nice thing. You're taking the guy to jail, but you don't have to let his camp get destroyed. So I thought that was a pretty positive thing. And, I'm going to jail, I'm sure isn't positive. I'd never gone. So I talk about this because I'm going to need to get my clothes a little bit more in order. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. May Freya show you favor on the hunt through our fields so soft and green now and in the afterlife. I am the prize head in the game. And we'll see you for the next one.